Welcome back to another deep dive. Today we're cutting through the noise of the crypto market, specifically looking at altcoins.
Yeah, lots happening there.
Definitely. So our mission really is to unpack the top altcoin picks for July 2025. This is all based on expert analysis, current market trends from the sources you gave us. Think of it like a shortcut, to understanding what's really driving the buzz.
Exactly. And what's fascinating, I think, is how the market's pointing to both, the established players and these emerging contenders. Each one's got its own story, its own drivers for potential growth.
Right.
So we'll dig into why these specific tokens are standing out right now.
Okay, let's do it. Let's maybe start with some of those more established names, the ones still making waves.
Sounds good. First up, Solana, SOL. The sources, they pretty consistently highlight its rapid ecosystem growth, strong transaction volumes too.
Okay.
And the big one, the highly anticipated Alpenglow protocol upgrade.
Alpenglow, right? I've heard about that. So it's about speed.
Well, yeah, speed, but it's a bit more than that. It's a significant architectural shift. It's really aimed at optimizing how Solana handles transactions in parallel. So yeah, it helps reduce congestion, opens the door for more complex apps, higher throughput, and that naturally boosts demand for SOL.
Makes sense. More efficiency equals more excitement. Got it. So this focus on performance, do the sources mention any trade-offs?
Not really, not for this upgrade. The focus seems purely on the upside. For Solana, Alpenglow looks like it's about strengthening its edge.
Okay.
Now moving to Binance Coin, BNB. Here, the analysis points to better network performance and, interestingly, ongoing institutional accumulation. Big players are buying in.
Institutional interest.
Yeah, and there's also buzz speculation, really, about future ETF launches.
Right. ETFs could be a game changer for crypto, potentially bringing in huge amounts of traditional money.
Exactly. It could really legitimize BNB further.
And Cardano, ADA. Seems like it's always part of the discussion.
It really is. Cardano is noted for its stable network. That's a key point. And the upcoming Leios upgrade.
Leios, okay. What's the focus there?
It's designed to boost transaction efficiency and scalability. They call it diffusion pipelining. And this technical step, it seems to have genuinely renewed interest from developers and investors, even after, some recent price dips. So if you look at the bigger picture, these established coins, SOL, BNB, ADA, they're often driven by these core network improvements, wider adoption.
Okay, fundamentals matter.
Yeah.
Now, this is where I think it gets really interesting, shifting to some of the newer projects, the ones with high momentum.
Indeed. SIRP, for example, that's Maple Finance's token. It's hitting recent all-time highs, strong buying pressure.
SIRP, Maple Finance, that's DeFi lending, right? Institutional.
Exactly. It governs and incentivizes institutional lending on their platform, so that's strong buying. It suggests real institutional interest in their on-chain credit market, a good sign for DeFi lending overall. Then there's Mutuum Finance, MUTM. It's in a strong pre-sale right now, raising quite a bit of money, building a solid community. Looks like a notable DeFi contender focusing on peer-to-peer lending.
MUTM, got it.
And Injective, INJ, that's another one. It's a blockchain built for powerful decentralized exchanges, derivatives, seeing strong double-digit gains recently, really drawing attention in the DeFi space for its performance.
Lots of action in DeFi. But we can't ignore the meme coins, right? They always bring the fireworks.
Oh, absolutely. You have to mention them. The sources point to Bonk, Dog with Hat, WIF, and Floki, FLOKI, experiencing these explosive price moves, really high trading volumes.
Yeah, classic meme coin action.
It is. And while it's volatile, the sources see these as kind of barometers for retail sentiment, liquidity flows. They offer these unique, though, high-risk, short-term trading signals, if you understand how they work.
Which raises the big question, how do you balance that excitement with the crazy volatility?
That is the key question.
Do the sources offer any advice on navigating that risk?
They're pretty clear. Acknowledge it's speculative, manage your position size very carefully, and understand these are mostly short-term trades driven by community buzz, not long-term fundamental investments. You got to be nimble.
Right. Be nimble, manage risk. Gotcha. Okay, finally, what about emerging layer 1 protocols? Any standouts there?
Yeah, Celestia.tia.
Showing strong momentum, getting more visibility. Sources highlight its unique setup. It's a modular blockchain focusing on data availability.
Modular data availability. So it's like a foundation for other blockchains.
Kind of, yeah. It makes it easier to launch new, scalable blockchains on top of Celestia.
Yeah.
So that makes it a pretty compelling option for July.
Interesting. Okay, so we've covered a lot. Established names, DeFi contenders, meme coins, layer ones. What does this all mean for you, the listener, trying to make sense of it all? Well, to sum it up, based on performance, those key upgrades, market sentiment right now, the sources are pinpointing these 10 for July 2025. Solana, SOL, Binance Coin, BNB, Cardano, ADA, Xayar-Moki, Mutuum Finance, MUTM, Injective, INJ, Bonk, Dogwafat, WF, Celestia, TIA, and Floki, FLOKI. Quite a mix, right? Different reasons to watch each one. Tech fundamentals, market speculation, it's all in there.
It really highlights just how dynamic this altcoin market is. So many different angles.
Yeah.
What stands out most to you from this list? Any particular project or tech shift?
You know what the sources really stress, and I think it's crucial, is that even with these opportunities,
Yeah.
the risk is real. Volatility is inherent. So diversification, doing your own ongoing research, that remains absolutely essential here. It's a fast-moving space.
Couldn't agree more, exactly. So maybe your next step as a listener could be to dig deeper into those specific upgrades we mentioned, like Solana's Alpenglow or Cardano's Leios. Think about how they might fundamentally change the long-term picture for those tokens. Well, that's all the time we have for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.